What's up traders, welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I'll be doing a live trading session, live analysis and live discussion that we do every trading day. Today is the second day of the trading week. As you know that we have seen quite a few high impact news coming up, and already we have seen yesterday the market was very volatile. We see that now clear direction in the market, especially Usdjpy has done some liquidity grab. We have seen AUD USD today has reversed from the top, so we might see a clear direction in the market. We are getting the dollar getting little bit of a strengthening, and gold might be slowly again turning to be it's reversing again. So we'll discuss all of them one by one. If there's any trade coming up along this session, we'll definitely jump on a trade. So before I begin this session, make sure you like this stream, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done yet. So let's look at, first of all, dollar pair. I will be looking at AUD USD. From the monthly, this market is currently bearish market, and with that bearish movement, what I saw that AUD USD initially early today from the lower time frame, there is a liquidity gap here. You see this doji, and during the New York session, this is what we discussed, that AUD USD might not be able to break this high. It couldn't. It formed a doji here, and with that doji formation, we saw that this has closed today with a long bearish engulfer that has crossed a little bit to the previous one's high. If you closely look at it, you'll see that there's a little bit of liquidity gap here, and then we see that this market now slowly dropping. This candle is closing in 23 minutes. What I think that we might see some downward movement. As you can see, there's a 20 EMA on the daily, and AUD USD has reached this important level of support, turning resistance, and from that zone we see the market is slowly dropping, and it has formed a head and shoulder as well here. So what I think that this market might be slowly turning to be a bearish market, as it has reached an important level of resistance, and we could see some drop in this level. And over the long term, if I look at the monthly, we can see that AUD USD, from the monthly perspective, there was a monthly bearish engulfer previous months. Now this bearish engulfer on the monthly is quite significant. If you draw this trend line, we see that from the historical perspective, AUD USD, we see that there's a resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and from that resistance we have seen this bearish engulfer has formed. Now in the first 20 days of the month, we see that AUD USD in fact moving along this narrow range. So what I think that highly likely this market might be forming a doji on the monthly. Now to form that doji, what you could see, whenever the price is going to this monthly liquidity zone, we are getting that it is getting rejected. Now we have seen again a retest of this monthly opening and close, which is a very important resistance level, and you can see that from the same level there is a rejection again, and that means that it will try to come down to test the lower part of this monthly candle, and that is where we could see a drop on AUD USD. But I think that it might be coming back to the range again, to the support zone, and then later we might see again going up. So AUD USD might range in this big range, so which is a quite good range for trading for a bigger profit target. So I will be looking to sell AUD USD in that moment as soon as we will find entry opportunity. I saw that euro dollar doing the same thing. It's look like that. You can see that euro dollar has reached exactly at the bottom of this long wick candle. You can see that this is the high of this euro dollar's movement to the upside, and with that high of this candle, this is a big bullish candle, and this is the support of this candle. Okay, now from that support the price exactly tested as a resistance, and from that level we have seen that AUD USD now slowly, pardon me, euro dollar slowly turning to be bearish. And for me, I think that it's a reversal. We could see euro dollar maybe coming back to the support zone again. It looks like that this market might range in that zone for a while or for this whole month. So if it reverse, we might see almost again 160 or 150 pip move to the downside. And before selling, because it was moving euro dollar in this vertical channel, we need at least one candle crossing the high, giving us a strong liquidity grab. Normally when the price reverse, it does all the time. You can see this one here. You will see in the past, if I give example what I will be looking on euro dollar, a strong liquidity grab such as this one here, okay, or any kind of candle such as this one here, liquidity grab. So we need one candle to pass the previous one's high, and then I will be selling euro dollar. So let's see if it happens during this live session. We'll be looking at it. And make sure guys you like the stream, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done yet. And I will be looking other instrument as well. Good morning, thank you. Good morning, boss FX. Good morning, sir. Thank you, Anthony. Good morning, sir. Thank you. Dollar CAD. Yep, take a boss. We'll look at dollar CAD. Mila, hello. How are you, Mila? I'm good, thank you. Harry. Good morning, coach. The trading community. Harry. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Take a boss. GBP coach. Bios. Okay, so look at GBP and dollar CAD and all the instrument coming up. So looking at GJ, looks like that early today I have seen the way GJ is forming. I think this market also might slowly melt down. Looks to me that GBP set for a meltdown. Now if I look at the weekly, we can see that GBP has done enough retracement to the upside. Now if you see that this is the previous weekly middleman here, which is the support and turning resistance here. Okay, so we see that GJ, this is the support here, very important level of support, previous weekly middleman's low, and we saw that the next week formed this red candle. Now this week the market has feel that imbalance. Okay, the support turn resistance, the price penetrated to the upside. This current week you can see the price has gone up, penetrated to the upside, tested the weekly 20 EMA. So it has done enough its journey to the upside. We could see that GJ coming down, forming a bearish candle, high probability. Still is the beginning of the week, we might see some more up and down, but I think that the price may not break this high anymore. And because it already tested the high, it's currently a bearish market. We could see GJ is coming down. Now looking at the monthly to see overall picture. Now from the monthly GBP for me, it's turning to be a bearish market over the long term. Okay, why? Because firstly, you see higher time frame is the key to understand the market. I always use the higher time frame to give me big edge. And in the beginning, I know that probably if you are complete beginner, it could be little bit of complicated to see the monthly, weekly, and then daily. But if you do it a couple of times, I'm sure that it becomes much easy. And understanding higher time frame, if you are trading for some time, you know that I'm sure looking at higher time frame will always keep you in the bigger side, because always you'll see this happen. If you see a monthly, the price in a monthly opening and close, you see a bounce. For example, see why it is important for me to look at the higher time frame. Let's say this is a monthly candle, like this, a long wick. Okay, now this is the candle, like this is a red candle. Or no, let me draw this a bit smaller, like this red candle. Okay, now this long wick means that it's a red candle, means the price open here. Okay, let's say it's a running candle, this is the monthly candle, the price is here, open here, and there is a long wick at the bottom. Okay, now what does this mean is that when the price open here, okay, it made a big move in the first maybe 2 to 3 weeks here, and then has gone up here. Okay, now when the price is like that, you see that this price will go ahead and cross this monthly opening and close zone, and it will strongly bounce back to the downside. Okay, it's like a tennis ball. Okay, let's say on the floor there is a tennis ball. Okay, a bit bigger tennis ball. Now what will happen? Press that ball as hard as you can and then release it. What will happen? It will have a big bounce. Okay, that's the secret of price. That's how the price react to the liquidity and levels. Now the proof, let me show you. I will come back to the Gbpusd again, just to finish that. You see this, exactly what I said. You see, this is the monthly candle on AUD USD. Okay, the price is here. This dotted line is exactly where the monthly closing and opening. Okay, now let me go back to the 4 hour, see what happened. This is the last candle that happened. You see exactly where we draw this dotted line where the monthly opening and close, and you see the price reached that zone and then strongly bounce. Now if you know that secret, how many pip stop loss, let's say 5 pip stop loss, you can get 40 pip, almost 10 times profit, or 7 times profit. This is how I use my trading, and every professional trader use this secret of understanding the multi time frame. So that's why I want you to pay attention, guys, that when I'm explaining this, so that you understand it very clearly. Now looking at the weekly, we see that from the monthly we're talking about now Gbpusd, we can see that this market from the monthly is currently turning to be a bearish market. Now let me tell you that. Okay, so what we have seen there on GJ, the price was respecting this monthly resistance level, and it is a head and shoulder here firstly that might be changing its trend, and we saw that there is an impulse on the monthly, followed by 2 months we have seen significant retracement. Now it is after testing the monthly high, we see that this market now slowly turning, and what I think that might be doing something like that, coming back down. So from the monthly perspective, we see that GJ is bearish. Now from the weekly, already the price tested this weekly high, and this is a very important level. The dotted line is where the previous support on the weekly as well, turning resistance, and I think that the market will have a rejection from here. Now if I look at daily, we see that from the daily, the price previous day also has formed this doji. Now it has tested this high, which is the monthly previous support, also daily, also weekly, turning resistance, and now rejecting. Now with that rejection, what I think that GJ will try to break this low. Now this is a bearish market. Now from the intraday, you can see that back-to-back 2 sessions candle long wick is in fact long bearish candle, and I will be waiting for the price to continue to drop, and I think GJ will just you'll have a move meltdown. At least some level will give us a good, because GBP is a highly volatile. You see that just moving that much will give around 110 pip drop, and it may not even if it is not a big drop, we should see the market coming to this trend line, which is the support level, or you could see the market is moving in between the support and resistance, but there is a lot of peep in it. Okay, so we'll be waiting for an entry opportunity on that one as well. Okay, traders, so make sure that you give a big like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press that bell notification so that you don't miss out any of the content that we are releasing. So your like will be appreciated. I'll pause for 2 seconds so that everyone have time to do that. Thank you for your support to the channel. So let's jump on to the chat. Good morning, gold. Yeah, good morning, Lee. Is it possible that gold will rise to the level Fibonacci level? Yeah, we'll look at gold next. Okay, Simon, very good question. We'll discuss it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to build an indicator to find out the liquidity exactly. We are on the process of doing some research on it. Definitely it will come very soon to find out exactly the liquidity graph, so that you guys can do it, use an indicator to find it. Gold, yeah, absolutely. Morning, coach. GBP CAD. Hi, good morning, sir. What about dollar yen, euro, JPY? Yeah, we'll look at it. CAD, JPY, sir. Yep. All right, so thank you. Let me look at now gold, and then we'll discuss about this liquidity graph. Okay, looking at gold. All right, so gold, this is the trade that we have closed with profit. We had a bigger profit target yesterday after the live session. In the New York session, we have sent this trade. I also opened in that, so that's one also profitable trade. Now let me explain what's the reason trade and what we could see. Now early today we closed with profit this trade. Now also I posted on the free Telegram channel, guys. This is the post that I have given. Hopefully that you see, this is the post that I sent on the free Telegram channel, that gold grab liquidity and it likely to go up. I'm sure that for those who are in the free Telegram channel have made a good trade on this one. Give a big like if you did it. If you didn't do it, I will recommend you to join the free Telegram channel, because as I mentioned that in the free Telegram channel I post the things that you really matters. Okay, that really matters, that when to take action for your trading. Now I send the same trade alert exactly with entry, stop loss and take profit to the VIP Telegram channel as well. Now let me explain what might happen next with the gold. Now this is the gold trade that we have bought, and it has a bigger profit target, but I closed earlier with profit today. Now gold, let me explain what's next time might be, might happen next. So if I look at 4 hour, we can see that gold is forming another bullish structure. Okay, now you can see that there is a huge liquidity gap here, okay, on gold. And yesterday live session, probably guys you have seen that this is what I mentioned in my New York session, live session, when the price was here, that gold, because gold has grabbed liquidity here, it will come down to grab liquidity here. Now how did I predict it in that way, so that you can predict that too. You are here to become a profitable trader, and it is important that you also understand how the market moves. Now if you closely look at let's say a market doing like that, okay, an impulse and then consolidation pattern, okay, it works in all time frame, it works in all instrument, it works in everywhere. So understanding this will really open your eye how the market moves. Now either it's a bearish move or a bullish move, you'll see that the market will create an impulse like that and then consolidation. Now in that situation the market do couple of things. Firstly, in majority of the case you see that this market either will break to the downside. Okay, firstly, when it does like this, so which way the market will be heading to? The market is supposed to break to the upside. Okay, keep in mind guys that the market is supposed to break to the upside. Now when you see this move, this impulse, okay, you will see that in most cases there will be a candle or doji here in that zone. Okay, keep in mind this information is real time, you can check it out. I'll show you an example. You see in that impulse, in majority case there is something here, there is a little bit of pullback or a doji or a red candle, and then you'll see this impulse is continuation and then consolidation. If you don't see in the higher time frame, if you jump on to a bit lower time frame, you'll see that. And what the market does is either it will break to the up. Now ultimate destination for this market should be again another break to the upside. This is in general, okay. Keep in mind everything in trading is all about probability and all about probability. You know, understanding probability is very important. Nothing, it's not a science, nothing is guaranteed that every time happen like that, not like that. In most cases you will happen like this. And with that said, the ultimate destination should be that way in most cases. Now what the price does is it will come back down here, break to the downside, might be crossing this low where there is a doji or red candle, and then it will trend. But what it does is if without coming to that point, when the price break to the upside, it will come back down again. Okay, and that is the beauty, understanding this. It will come back down and grab liquidity from here, and then ultimately it will trend to the major direction. And that happens over and over in the market. Now let me tell you how you can apply this analogy in this gold movement. How did I do that? You see that the same thing. Let's go over to the 1 hour chart, then you'll understand. You can see that this is the opening of the, in the beginning of trading, this is the opening. From here we have seen that a drop to this level, a break to the upside of the structure, return back to the level that's the previous support. As I mentioned, with this impulse there is a red candle here, you can see that, and from that zone this happened exactly the same way. Now the price, there is also one red candle here, the price has come to the same support level, okay, has broken that low, grab the liquidity, and then the price has started to move to the upside. Now 4 hour perspective, you can see it very well. So form a structure, grab the liquidity from the top, grab the liquidity from the bottom. Now there is another thing still remaining, is that if this bullish price are not strong enough, it might come back down again to grab further liquidity. Why? Because if you go back to the analogy that we have drawn here, you see this candle here. In most cases the biggest trend will start when the price will grab liquidity from the support of this red candle. If you go to the 1 hour chart, you see that the price has broken this support, but it still did not break this support. Okay, now there are two probable scenario. Now one is to continue to rise from here, another one is to come back again, drop back to this level, and ultimately to move to the direction. So let's see now next how we can predict. Now in that move, this is where I have entered the trade when it has crossed understanding liquidity. Just a couple of minutes ago Simon also asked a question about the liquidity. Now this is the key component of trading, and this is my best secret that I use every trade. Now this gold trade is the sixth in a row that we have taken in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. One break even is the fifth one is winner, and it's not full winner. We had a profit target 2001, but it's a winner. This is the best thing, that we still hold the winning streak on, and I will keep going on it because I use that secret of finding the liquidity zone in the market. So now what is likely to happen next? So let's find out that how we can capitalize the next move on gold to find the best trading opportunity. Now to do that, let's look at daily, because daily is the key to look at the price action. And I always use, guys, the daily time frame, because daily time frame is very reliable, and whenever I open the chart, I look at the daily time frame. Now from the daily, we saw that there is a long red doji has formed here. Okay, now what is likely to happen? Firstly, so this is the second line that we have drawn on the 1 hour chart, and this is the level that has so far tested. Okay, now let's find out on the daily what it might do. Now from the daily, you see that there is a red doji here. Now when you see this kind of red doji, the first thing that we can expect is for the price to test two important zones. First important zone is half of the long wick at the bottom. Let's draw a level here. Second important level is to break the daily low and then to reject. Okay, now what I think, you can see that the price still did not test the 50% of the daily wick. So there is a still probability for gold to break to the downside and then to be bullish. I don't think that it still has tested proper zone here for a strong bullish move on gold. Now going back to bigger picture, monthly. Now from the monthly, we see that this market, this is the monthly candle, and almost 20 days past we see big bullish move on the monthly. What I think that gold this month might break this high on the monthly. Okay, there is a probability. Now if I look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly, this is the weekly chart, and if it wants to break this high, okay, previous week there's a big bull candle. You can see that after this kind of big bullish candle, it is a very difficult for the seller to sell this market to very bottom. Either this week we might see a doji here, or we might see another bullish candle. So there is a still on the weekly bullish, monthly bullish, daily it's already formed a doji, and what I will be waiting, as I mentioned, that a little more down again. Now from the lower, now this is the 4-hour candle. Okay, let's see what's happening with the price action. Now price action will tell you exactly what others are doing. Now the way it has formed this price action, you can see this current candle closing in 55 minutes. Okay, now this narrower dodges, okay, is a sign that we might see another wave of drop to grab further liquidity, because it's a bull market, but the bulls are not getting enough strength in that direction for moving. There are two confluence here. As you can see on the daily, we have seen that 50% of the daily is here, so there is a probability for further drop. And this is where the 4-hour 20 EMA, and also this is where, if I look at 1-hour chart, we see that this is a very important level of support here. Now blindly we can't sell, because as you have seen all the so far this, as I mentioned, this is the 6th trade that I took, all are buy trade. The last one also was a buy trade. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you, that trading with the trend is the best way to trade the market, and this is what I always do, trading with the trend. Now with that being said, how we can find the next move on gold, let's go to further lower time frame. Now we see that this market now in a consolidation, okay, and this is the lowest point it has formed. I think that you see this price is in that zone here. I think we could see another drop, okay, to this level, or even coming down further to this level, and this level will be another hot zone for me for potential buying opportunity on gold. On the other hand, you see that this is 4-hour candle which is trying to form, there is a liquidity gap in the bottom here. You can see after that we saw that movement happen. Now let's say if this market keep forming dodges here like that, okay, that's a different story. You look at it, but that's less likely to happen. The way I see the price action in my analysis and in my strategy, I think that gold will try to grab liquidity from farther bottom. Okay, it grabbed liquidity once, but once it grabbed liquidity, the movement, the bulls are not strong enough. Let me show you an example. What do I mean by this? See, when it has enough liquidity for a big move, it shows by its momentum. Okay, let me show you. See those candles that has grabbed liquidity. You see this one, a big bullish candle, and then followed by a big middleman. Okay, a big bullish middleman with liquidity gap. Okay, and you can spot them when it happens. Now look at the current one, is still weaker, but if it forms a strong bullish candle, yeah, we will be looking to buy. But for me, until we see that it is giving us a very solid strong momentum. So far the previous session's candle is a liquidity gap, and we see that this market it's trying to create bullish, but I think that we could see further selling pressure, and then highly likely the market might come back to this level where we see that this is the 1-hour zone. You see, finding an area of value is key points. You see, this is the support level, and from the 4-hour we see this is where there is a 20 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, let's see how it goes. in the meantime, in this session, if we see short-term trading opportunity, we'll look to enter a trade. Okay, so let's see what happened. DXY, yeah, DXY, look at it, it will give us a very clear idea. Yep. So free Telegram channel link is in the description area. Let me give you again. So I posted on the free Telegram link. So on the live chat, I have given the free Telegram channel link. You can join that. It will keep you always up to date. Keep eye on it. Any update, I will be posting it there. Wish, good morning, coach. What's your opinion on gold's movement? So yeah, I think that gold's movement, as I mentioned, this is a 15-minute chart. Looks like that it might move a little move sideways, but I think there is a the potential for going up. Okay, you see series of higher lows being created, but I think it might needs a little more energy from the support zone here. Okay, because the bullish pressure is still looks like it's still not strong enough for this price to go up. We saw narrow candle is being created. So let's look at news calendar. Also will give us really an idea of where we can see the market movement. Let me find out the Forex factory calendar. So this is a news website. So there is a news we had early today in the morning, in Sydney morning Fed announcement, and later during our next live session we'll see CAD is being released, and tomorrow coming up GBP and USD. So FOMC coming tomorrow is FOMC, after tomorrow, which is on the Thursday. And we see and Friday, okay, FOMC, and Thursday is very volatile, quite a few news coming up, and Friday also Euro GBP. Okay, so yeah, I think because FOMC coming, we might see, as I mentioned, we might see a little deeper down for liquidity grab. Okay, now when the price moves in that situation, I normally look to find very lower time frame trading opportunity, because when the price, especially gold, consolidates, it gives a trading opportunity on the lower time frame. So okay, so we can look at DXY to see a bit more clear picture. So let's look at DXY, looking at monthly. Now from the monthly, we see that DXY bigger picture is bearish. Okay, we saw that there is a big movement on the monthly, followed by this correction to the upside. Now this month we have seen, after breaking this high, the price is forming this red candle. If I look at the weekly, we can see that there is a strong liquidity gap on the weekly with this doji, followed by middleman previous week. Now this week the price is slowly coming. Now looking at daily, okay, so from the daily we can see the DXY previous day the price has formed this long bearish candle. Now DXY, I was bearish in my weekly forex forecast, you have seen that, and the price did exactly as it is. This is what supposed to happen, and it happened. Now DXY below this support zone. Okay, what I think, this might go up for a slower, a lower time frame pullback to the upside, but it's still remaining bearish. Now the way DXY has formed is a probability for the price to continue to drop. Now if I draw this level of support here, resistance here, which is turning support here, now we see that DXY, this is a drop, correction, drop, slow correction, we can expect another drop. Now DXY is going up for a pullback. So if DXY is going up for a pullback, that means that we might see gold coming down for a pullback, so inversely related. So with that said, we could see DXY is slow retracement to the upside, and this is what's happening. You can see the structure on DXY is bearish. We have seen multiple times a liquidity gap along this zone here. Okay, so you see that, let me draw this. So this is the channel on DXY. Right, so you see the price is in the support zone. This is the resistance here on DXY, support here, support here, support here, support here. Okay, so all those support, and we see that DXY, this is the resistance here, 4-hour time frame, resistance, resistance, turning resistance. Okay, so we saw a clean resistance and support, and leaving these two as liquidity gap. There's one here, there's two, creating series of lower high, and finally we can expect is break, continuation, or at least to this level of support. So there is a very high probability for DXY to continue to drop. Now with that said, what we can expect now, what I think that DXY, you can see we could see a short-term movement to the upside, okay, either to this resistance level or at least testing this swing high and then to drop. So DXY is in a pullback. So if we reflect it on the gold, you can see this is what we discussed, that gold might be coming for a pullback, okay, and that pullback, that means that we could see a drop on gold, okay, for the short term. Now if we want to trade gold in that situation, then the only way we can trade is lower time frame, 5 minutes, short-term selling opportunity. You can see we already see head and shoulder, but to trade on the short term for selling, we need a clean established downtrend, okay, strong lower time frame price action. I think that gold will continue to drop for this movement to this level, not a big move, lower time frame drop, higher time frame pullback. So we see that, you can see gold has formed the same kind of pattern. There is a, in the 5-minute chart, you can see this is the previous resistance, double bottom, created this move, okay, and we can see that the price has done the same thing. There is a double bottom here on the 5 minutes, break, resistance, tested support. Now two things we can pay attention. There is a double bottom and then created this big move, right? The price has come to the same level, double bottom, created this big move, but what you see that, see, these are the things that a trader normally look at. In the first double bottom, we have seen a sharp move. In the second double bottom, not strong enough. So that means that the buyers is not being able to create a new higher high, so they need some energy or fuel. So there will, sellers will pull that back to this level, highly likely, where high liquidity, as I mentioned, that liquidity is the fuel of price. The liquidity is the driving force behind the price, and we could see the price coming back down here again, forming any kind of reversal, and once it will grab liquidity enough, we might see that it will go up. either will create a equal high or lower high, doesn't matter. If we can catch from here, we can take a good trade to the upside. Okay, this is what I will be waiting. In the meantime, for short term, if we see a established downtrend, we'll be selling for a very short term. But as I mentioned, I always trade with the trend. If it is a lower time frame, then definitely I need a clear price action market structure that giving me sell opportunity. And this is the trade that we just had last one, 6 trade on gold. And if you want to trade all of them with us and also learn our strategies, be part of this great trading community, there is a link in the description. You can visit the website, join us to become an independent professional trader, and also access all the trading tools that we have, get all the support that we have, all the educational content and everything. And also there is a link at the top of the chat. You can join us to become part of this Forex Trading Wizard Academy trading program. Hello coach, thank you. Good morning coach, thank you. Your USD. Good morning, thank you. US oil. Coach, can you expect the gold to go a bit high like previous day? We saw pullback from 2010 area today. Can you expect the same? I think, as I already mentioned, that I think gold might be coming down for a deeper pullback, okay? Because the bulls are not getting enough strength in the market. You see that the market now slowly turning, and it might, you see that this is the 5-minute chart. It looks like that it might come back to that zone again. Yeah, thank you. US oil, yeah, absolutely, we'll look at it. Good morning coach, I missed the opportunity you sent in the Telegram free group. Kindly do the same as soon as it grab liquidity. Kennedy, yes, I try my best to help everyone. The only thing I need the reach, this is why this channel is created. Okay, help trader, that we are helping thousands of hundreds of trader every day by posting analysis, by posting trade alert. And no problem, join the free Telegram channel. I'll try my best to give the best opportunity possible for everyone, because I know that I feel how you are feeling in a sense, because all trader is in the same boat. Okay, and some of are advanced, some of are still in the beginning stage, and everyone start as a beginner. Okay, I also started as a beginner, and I know what exactly a trader need. And it took me almost 3 long years to come to a point of break even, and then to see the profit in the account for consistently. And I know that if I had guidance and support, I could speed up the process, but I had to go through a very long and hard way. And all the resources I gathered over time is already recorded. Everything is there for you. Anyone want to access is available. Okay, this is a great trading education you will ever find. And once you are our lifetime member, you will be there here forever. Everything coming up, all the trading tools and all the strategies. It's a great being a trader, it's in fact a great freedom, because trading doesn't require much effort to do that. Okay, you just even with a smaller account, one can become a profitable trader. Just to in many of my trading account, I just had I was turning a smaller account into a bigger account. You see that this account I started with only with $5,000, which now turned into $8,954. So it's just it's a smaller account because most of you have, and I encourage everyone to have a smaller account, and that's why I'm turning a smaller account into a bigger account, so that you can create a belief inside you that you can turn a smaller account into a bigger account. And this is the goal of Forex Trading Wizard Academy, that to create a belief inside you, a conviction that you can do it. It's all about conviction, because once you know that when the price will move, you know that 100% this price is going to go this direction, and you take the trade and you hold on to it, you get the profit, right? This is how the trading works. And in many cases, if you trade, you know that you took a trade, it gone to maybe minus, you close to it loss, and then you just wait a couple of hours or a couple of minutes, you saw that the trade exactly went to the direction that you expected, but you closed it earlier, right? And you start to think, shit, why did I close the trade? It could give me a good profit. You know why? Because of the conviction. And conviction is a firm belief that happens in autopilot. For example, yesterday we had we had two groups. We had a great trade on another group. You can see gold is coming down. It's from the place of conviction. I know that I'm very confident that this market is going to go this direction, and I hold on my trade and it gives me profit. But if I'm not confident, the conviction is not there, the strong belief is not there, then I would hesitate and close the trade early enough. And that's being a trader. Okay, so it needs little bit of patience. You can learn by yourself, no doubt, by learning all the free contents and everything that we have in the YouTube channel, not only mine, many other things. But it is a bit longer way. You can do that. You might need to lose a bit, because trading is a game of money. Okay, and a bit mistake means a loss. A bit mistake means a loss. And probably I saw that many of you probably lost a couple of $100,000 or maybe a couple of $1,000. That's why I created this academy with a very, almost, because it's my passion. I love doing it. Otherwise, it's just by name. The subscription is just so that if those who really serious about, they can join and become a profitable trader. So that's why I told you guys, take action, join there, and then I'll see you on the other side. So as you can see, gold, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, we see that some movement now coming up on the lower time frame. We see that the market, this is 4 hour, which is closing in 30 minutes time. I think this is what might happening is it might come to 1955 level. Why? Because this is the 1955 level is where the nearest support here. Okay, and with that support, the price highly likely that will drop to this level, grab liquidity, and then it might range even until the FOMC, but that's fine, let it range. If it range, then on the lower time frame we could have a support and resistance trading strategy that we can apply to take the trade. And yeah, I think so. If you look at the 15 minutes, we can see that there is a head and shoulder on the 15 minutes as well, and there's a head and shoulder on the 5 minutes also. Okay, so I will be looking at other instrument now. What they are doing is there's a candle close there's already a candle close, and from the 4 hour we saw euro dollar. Very interesting. We saw that 3 red candles on euro dollar. Now it turns into one doji. Okay, so we see that the way euro dollar is doing, because euro dollar is a mirror of DXY, so DXY is going up for a pullback or a bit push to the upside. So euro dollar, we might see that it's coming down for a pullback or testing this level. So for me, I'll be looking short-term sell on these instruments, but I need a bit more break of this high. So when we trade against the trend, we need to see that the market in fact clearly reverse. Okay, so let's look at now. Let me know in the chat which one you are trading, that I'll look at mine. Masto, very good question. What do you say about staking trades versus single trade with a high lot? Very good question. You're thinking very good stuff. I'll discuss this. Mohanad, hi boss. US oil, yeah, absolutely. Good morning, coach. Do you have a Telegram channel inviting? Thank you, Mohanad. You are amazing too. Great job. Call, please. Yeah, absolutely. Nazim Sultan, US30. Yep. So looking at US oil, small request. So you see that US oil. Let me look at it. Looking at daily. Okay, so US oil from the daily. This is another bearish price action for me. If I look at the weekly, we can see that US oil, there is a very strong drop on the weekly on US oil, followed by once the market has broken, because this is a, you see this is a very lonely candle to the downside on US oil, we might see some pullback. And looking at daily, we see already, you know, a pin bar from bottom, so it might move in a sideways with a bearish momentum. Okay, because there's a daily already, there is a big bearish engulfer. Now if I look at the 4 hour, we can see okay, so now this kind of market little bit of now difficult to trade is because I see the higher time frame and lower time frame. You can see weekly, there is already, you see there's a big drop on the weekly. Okay, and the price has come to a zone where there's a long wick candle here. If I took 50% of this long wick candle, we can see that exactly from half of this weekly long wick candle, there is a rejection to the upside. Now there are two probabilities now for this price to form a doji like that on the weekly, or to go ahead and test this support as a resistance. So for me, I think that US oil might remain on the lower time frame in a sideways or remain bearish. Okay, but it's a bit risky now for US oil to trade, because from the weekly it's bounced from the support. Bigger picture time frame is selling pressure. Okay, so I think this market might be moving in a sideways, but very difficult to say exactly what might do. It might slowly create a smaller candle and can break and can melt to the downside, or it might form an inverted head and shoulder long wick candle and slowly go up for a deeper retracement, which on the weekly we might see a long wick candle like that. Okay, so yeah, I will not be doing anything until I see a very clear direction in the market, because when the market get confused, I just wait. But if you look at daily, you can see this is a bearish structure. There is a daily bearish engulfer, and then from the bottom there is a rejection, formed a pin bar, and this structure supposed to break down. So there is a contradiction in higher time frame and lower time frame. So I'll be looking at the chart until I see a strong drop, again has broken the support or has gone up, tested some part of this important support, turn resistance, and then, or it might, so like I'm not sure on this market. Many traders is doing the same thing. They are also not sure, so they will, and when traders are not sure about the direction, they remain observant and the market move in a sideways. So no one invest on it. That's what happened. That's why the market move in a sideways. When market move in a sideways means that there is no trade happening much and the market move in a sideways. So when the market trends means it's dropping, everyone sell or buy, the market moves. So for US oil, I'll just remain observant until I see a very clear direction in the market. Okay, good morning, coach. Do you have it? Okay, yeah, absolutely. So in the meantime, anyone looking for regulated broker, there is a link in the description, and also there is a link at the chat given for EverTrade. They are regulated. You can use our link to open an account with them. You can start trading with minimum capital possible, and they are regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. And using our link, if you're in an eligible country, you will receive 40% welcome bonus. You can consider that if you are looking for a trusted and regulated broker. So let's look at go back to gold. We see this is coming down. Let me look at other instrument to see what they are doing. I'll just look at all of them quickly to see which one gives the best trade possible. So because there is a CAD news coming, so looking at the CAD pairs. Okay, so all the USD pairs, you see Gbpusd also at the top, okay, has broken this resistance. Looks like that Gbpusd and euro dollar might come for it might even reverse to the support level. Okay, it has broken an important level of resistance, Gbpusd, and sometime reversal happen like that. So to sell Gbpusd, what I need is at least one candle to grab liquidity and then to drop. Okay, so Gbpusd might be, yeah, it might reverse to the downside for at least to test some part of this. Okay, the way it has gone up, looks like that you can see there is a, it also tested the neckline of this head and shoulder here. So there is a head and shoulder on Gbpusd on the daily. Okay, the price has broken down. Now primarily it has tested the neckline with this support down resistance. The price have just penetrated this level, so there is a liquidity here. We might see now a movement to the downside on this one here as well. So Gbpusd, euro dollar looks like that we might see downward movement. NZDJPY has formed a daily middleman, and NZDJPY is in fact a very good pair for selling opportunity. Looks like that it looks like that it might melt down. Okay, so for me, In the same way, if I see any entry opportunity in Usdjpy, I'll be selling, because from the daily perspective it is a sell signal here. Okay, so if we TF, yeah, there is a sell pressure here according to our TF strategy, and I'll be look for potential selling opportunity on the way. Okay, dollar CAD, let me look at, we saw that from the daily 20 EMA, yesterday after this rejection from this support, we have seen that dollar CAD has formed a bullish market structure. As I mentioned yesterday, the dollar CAD is likely to bounce from this weekly support. We see that, so this market might move in a narrow range, but we see from this daily 20 EMA, USD CAD has a bounce now to find bullish trading opportunity in any candle along the zone, giving me a liquidity grab, will give us potential buying opportunity. So the market little bit in a narrow range. So let's look at on NASDAQ and US30. Okay, so NASDAQ, it's also moving in a sideways. We might see this one also consolidating along this zone. Okay, and from that level, if I look at the daily, we see there is a daily doji on NASDAQ. Okay, and so we could see today the price might break this doji's high, and respecting this resistance, we can expect a drop. So for me to sell NASDAQ, I need this level to be broken and then to drop. So what I think, because you can see that there is a doji here and there is another one, both are red, and we could see this high of this doji is broken, and respecting this high we might see a drop on this one. So it's a pullback stage. Already on the daily we have seen a big movement to the upside, the price on a resistance level. If we take our Fibonacci, we see the price still didn't reach 38.2%. so for the daily pullback we might find a lower time frame trading opportunity. So what we could do, NASDAQ, is today the price is breaking this high, going to the zone and then coming back down. So for me, I need to sell NASDAQ in a way the price is, the stop loss should be above this high. So any kind of false breakout from the resistance will give us an opportunity to sell NASDAQ. Okay, so we see that now from gold, going back to gold, let's see how it is doing. Okay, so we had this is 1 hour chart. Okay, when the price consolidate lower time frame, looking at lower time frame is better because we need to trade. So from 1 hour perspective on gold, you can see the price is respecting this resistance zone. and the price is creating series of high and low. Okay, now what I need is either to give us a very strong bullish price action along this zone for a potential buying opportunity, or grab liquidity and then reverse back. For me to go long with gold, as I mentioned, I need in a very, so that's why you see I buy normally in a very extreme situation, okay, or sell, because I need a very high probability to be in my favor. And you can see when gold has broken this support, then only I have bought this gold yesterday. And this is a very important part of trading psychology, being patient. To trade from a very important area of value, you need to be patient to see when the market is coming to that zone, so that you can buy or sell for a high probability trade setup. Becoming trader means being patient, guys, so make sure that you always stay patient. I know it's hard sometimes, when the market moves. We had a couple of trades that has gone wrong. We feel like that I need to take a trade to recover the losses, but that's why stay in discipline, specific time sitting on the trading desk trading, and then leave the desk for for doing something else. That will really help you to stay disciplined. Otherwise you'll convince yourself to take a trade which is not there. This happens all the time. Now from the 1 hour on gold, you can see this is a bullish candle. This price is not being able to break this high yet, so this is the resistance. Now you can see, you can compare the red and green and you'll understand who is in control. Now this current 1 hour candle, if it cannot break this high, cannot close above, we could see that gold again bouncing from the support and coming down. So for me, I'll keep watching the chart until I find the best trade for myself and for the students who are trading with us. And this is my job, and this is why sometimes support comes up. If you are if you cannot watch the chart all the time, you can join our VIP channel, where we send all the trades with entry, stop loss, and take profit, and just whenever you can learn it and do it. Everything is only for educational purpose. I know that by doing that you will be learning proper risk management, you learn how to trade, and then that's a skill that you can gain. So with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this live session, found value in it. Make sure you check out all the link in the description if you want to trade all of them with us. Also link in the description. I will come back again in live during this New York session, and I hope that you enjoyed this live session. From this, takeaway from this session is that, as you can see, the market a little bit in a sideway. I'll look at for the gold price to come to this zone where we need it to be, and then I will straight jump on a trade. I will try to trade with the trend. Gold is bullish so far. I'll try to buy again gold as soon as I will find this opportunity. And Gbpusd, if I see lower time frame price action confirmation, I'll look for selling only if I see strong rejection from the top. Otherwise I will remain watching the chart to see what's happening. I think that Gbpusd might come to this 20 EMA zone, grab liquidity, and then we could see this market again going up. So let's see what happened. And in the meantime, make sure you press that bell button and also subscribe so that you don't miss out any of the content. Join the free Telegram channel for all the updates. Stay with the channel. I'll come back again on live in New York and London session, and CAD news is coming. Hopefully that we will have some great trade that time as well. So with that said, thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Stay well, stay happy, manage your risk when you are trading.